The modern world teaches you that to succeed, you must speak up. To be recognized, you must show off. To win, you must argue. We spend our entire lives learning how to speak wisely, yet no one teaches us a skill 10 times more important, the art of silence. The truth is we talk too much, and in those moments of uncontrolled speech, we leak energy, lose our composure, and worst of all, lose control of ourselves. But stop for a moment. Have you ever noticed that the most influential people are often the ones who speak the least? It's because they understand a secret. Silence, when used at the right time, is the most powerful weapon a human can possess. Over 2,000 years ago, Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, left us a vital lesson. Better to slip with the foot than with the tongue. A wound in the foot can heal, but a thoughtless word can destroy an empire. Stoicism does not teach us to become emotionless stone statues. On the contrary, it teaches us to master the fierce flow of emotions with sharp reason. In the Stoic world, silence is not weakness, avoidance, or fear. It is a conscious choice. When you choose silence over an immediate reaction, you are affirming one thing: the outside world may create noise, but it does not have the right to dictate the peace within your soul. The essence of power does not lie in how loud you speak, but in how long you can maintain stillness amidst life's chaos. When you are silent, you observe. When you observe, you understand. And when you understand, you become invincible. Here are the 9 golden moments where silence will grant you power far superior to any eloquent words. The first, and perhaps the most difficult, is when your ego is under direct attack. 1. When unjustly criticized. When the ego is attacked, our natural reflex is to build a wall of words. But Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you are not hurt by the event, but by your opinion of it. Treat malice from a superior or colleague like wind blowing against a rock. The rock doesn't argue with the wind. It simply stands firm. Silence helps you filter for useful information and discard emotional trash. Don't prove them wrong with words. Let your results be the loudest answer. 2. When others are boasting. In a gathering, when someone is flaunting their achievements, your silence is an expression of intense inner confidence. A Stoic knows a diamond's value lies in its hardness, not how much it sparkles under the spotlight. You don't need to interrupt to prove you are just as good. By listening without judgment, you occupy the higher ground, the position of someone who doesn't need external validation to be happy. 3. When anger begins to flare. Marcus Aurelius said, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" Imagine anger as a fire in your palm. If you speak, you pour gasoline on it. Silence is a divine pause, the space between stimulus and response. Breathe. Watch the flame die down until reason is clear enough to decide. Silence here isn't suppression, it's protection. 4. When facing false rumors, our instinct is to explain ourselves to everyone when misunderstood. But truth is like the sun. Clouds may hide it for a while, but they cannot make it vanish. Reacting harshly only makes the rumor seem important. Simply smile and stay silent. Remember, truth does not need an argument to exist. Time will do its work, and your silence will make the rumor-mongers look ridiculous. 5. In times of great loss, Seneca taught that silence is the best way for the soul to adapt to pain. When losing a loved one or a precious opportunity, words often feel hollow. Silence is a form of respect for your own grief. It is where healing begins. Don't try to fill the void with noise. Let the stillness help you reconnect with the nature of impermanence. 6. Dealing with the ignorant and stubborn. Just as Galileo stood before those who refused to believe the earth moves, sometimes silence is the only way to preserve your intellect. Arguing with someone unwilling to learn is like trying to pour water into a capped bottle. Not every battle is worth your sword, and not every dialogue is worth your energy. Silence says, "I value my time more than winning a debate." 7. When you are the subject of gossip, Epictetus had a practical mindset. If they speak the truth about you, change yourself. If they lie, smile and move on. True reputation is built by consistent actions, not social media defenses. By remaining silent, You send a powerful message. My life is too valuable to worry about whispers behind my back. 8. Facing direct injustice. Look at Nelson Mandela during his years of imprisonment. His silence was not surrender. It was a strategy of accumulating strength. When you encounter injustice but cannot change it immediately, silence preserves your dignity. True power is being treated poorly, yet choosing not to become a replica of the person you despise. 9. When someone deliberately insults you. This is the pinnacle of Stoic self-mastery. Epictetus argued that we are only insulted if we allow ourselves to feel insulted. If someone calls you a donkey and you scream to prove you aren't, you've already lost. Silence in the face of an insult is an invisible shield. You retain your power by refusing to descend to the level of your provoker. Turning silence into a lifestyle doesn't mean retreating into an oasis of solitude. It means building a fortress in the heart of a noisy world. Silence has never been about avoidance. It is the highest expression of control, the evidence of wisdom, and the source of strength. The Stoics aren't silent because they have nothing to say. They are silent because they know when words are useless. Instead of using their mouths to explain their principles, they use their lives to demonstrate them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Your silence is the space where your actions speak. It makes you mysterious, difficult to manipulate, and always in control. When you stop trying to control what others think of you, you find absolute freedom, a freedom reserved only for those who dare to master their own tongue. The journey of training the mind is a persistent daily effort. You don't need to be perfectly silent in all 9 moments right away. Next time anger flares or criticism finds you, try pausing for 3 seconds and choose stillness over reaction. I want to hear your story. Have you ever chosen silence and seen it completely change the outcome? Or which of these 9 moments do you find the hardest? Let's discuss in the comments below. If this video gave you a new perspective on inner power, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It's the best way to support deep, meaningful content like this. Thank you for listening. Go out there, keep your mind still, and let your actions define who you are.